cord, medulla oblongata, pons, cerebral peduncles on both sides, mammillary body right in the middle. This little opening, this little hole right here, is called an infundibulum. Your pituitary gland normally hangs down from that infundibulum. There's supposed to be 2 bulbs here that have been taken off. These are called the olfactory bulbs. Okay, they're there for your sense of olfaction. This white here that looks like an X, well, it looks like a V, but it's supposed to be an X. This is called the optic chiasm. These are the nerves that extend out to the back of the eyeballs. If I turn it around, you've got the cerebrum, you've got the cerebellum. Okay. Now if I take the scalpel and start cutting through it.
Oh, well, it just came off.
Yep, just pops right open. We now have the brain open. This is called the lateral ventricle. Inside the lateral ventricle, do you see these dark colored cells? They're inside of it. These are called choroid plexus cells. Choroid plexus cells make CSF. The CSF is made in the lateral ventricles. It travels out through that interventricular septum that's usually in between the 2 pieces of the brain. The third ventricle and the aqueduct are only there when both sides of the brain are put together. I cannot show you the third ventricle and aqueduct because it's not seen, but if you were to follow the tip of my pointer, the cerebral spinal fluid goes from there, travels out, third ventricle, aqueduct, and makes its way down back into this opening, which is called the fourth ventricle. From the fourth ventricle, it goes down into the spinal region. So, starting from here, this tissue up top is called the corpus callosum. Tissue on the bottom is called the fornix. Below the fornix, you have this round piece. This round is the thalamus. Above the thalamus is called the epithalamus. Below the thalamus is called the hypothalamus. From the hypothalamus, a pituitary gland extends out and drops down. This region, this guy over here, he's called the corpus callosum. The quadrigemini. So quadrigemini, quad means 4. And if I were to open the tissue this way, you see 4 bumps. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is called the superior colliculi and the inferior colliculi. These 4 make the quadrigemina. Okay, so then if you open it, you can still see the quadrigemina here and here. Now, we're going to make our way to the back, to the cerebellum. You see these branch-like projections. Those are called arbor vitae.
Oh.
Okay, so the tree of life is right there. And I believe, let's see, you have a pineal gland. Yep, you do. It's very small. This little nugget right here, this little guy, that's your pineal gland. Very, very small. You guys have a very small one. The other brains have a little bit bigger ones, but this is called the pineal gland. This guy controls mainly sleep-wake cycles by secreting melatonin. Okay, and that's it. That is the brain that you need to know.